This is Cast Iron ASMR. Let's look at Wonder Woman issue number 3, an Amazon Christmas. I got it reprinted here. And my Wonder Woman Omnibus number 1. They celebrate Christmas on the 25th of December. It's the season, but it's a little different. So I just gotta look it up. I don't have it bookmarked. Wonder Woman number 3, A Spy on Paradise Island. That's the Christmas story. 340. Did I say 340? That's not right. What? 344? That's not right. Let's try this again. Wonder Woman number 3. 340. Oh, maybe it's the second story. 355. No. The Devilish Devices of Baron von Gunther. Let's try 355. 355. What's going on here? Is this not the right book? This is why I have things marked with. Oh, okay, here it is. Alright. I don't know, I'm tempted to restart this. Let's just go with it. So, here we go. There's the car. Wonder Woman. Maybe just from looking at it, you wouldn't think that this was a Christmas cover, but it is. There's Wonder Woman playing Diana, the moon goddess. These little centaurs, kind of like cherub centaurs, riding a toboggan. And that's the Baroness. Baroness von Gunther. Wonder Woman's arch rival. So now that we found it, let's take a look. They would always have a splash page here, sort of showing the future, what to expect in the comic. It looks like Wonder Woman's going to get tied up. That's shocking. There's Etta Candy attacking this woman here with a scabbard. So, out of a swirl of moonbeams in the forest glade comes Wonder Woman, driving a silver chariot drawn by pretty wood nymphs. A lovely incarnation of girlish power and beauty. Flying to magic Paradise Island for Diana's Day, the Amazon Christmas, when the mighty sun god returns to Earth, Wonder Woman plays moon goddess, the Miss Santa Claus of Amazonia. Beautiful as Aphrodite, wise as Athena, swifter than Mercury and stronger than Hercules, Wonder Woman, although on a Christmas holiday, still has time to break up another insidious scheme of her arch-enemy, the Baroness. For when demure Diana Prince, nurse secretary in the Bureau of Military Intelligence, transforms herself to glorious Wonder Woman, things begin to happen. So Etta Candy just shows up at Military Intelligence, talks to her friend Diana, as she does. And she's saying, hey, a couple of the holiday girls were suspected of being spies. They've been taken away. They're not guilty, she says. Diana says, well, maybe they are guilty. Wonder Woman caught Eve spying once before, remember? So she's looking into it. And look, there's the Baroness there. She's like, who's that smoking? That doesn't look like a regular guard. It's the Baroness. Catch her, quick, she's escaping. But let's get to the Christmas part. So, Diana gets a call from her mother on the mental radio. Mom's like, daughter, you gotta come back for Diana Day Festival. Says, thank you. Can I bring my friend Etta Candy? That's her best friend, Etta Candy. She has a picture of her on the wall. Her mother says, since Etta is not bound by any man's domination in the man's ruled world, I shall welcome her gladly to Paradise Island. Diana, transformed into Wonder Woman, visits Steve Trevor. She's just always popping into the offices. Anytime her name is mentioned, often, it's like, I wish we could contact Wonder Woman. Diana runs out, she runs in. So, Diana comes behind Steve, puts her hands around him. I am the moon goddess Diana. No mortal man, no mortal may see my face. But on festival day I bring gifts. Gifts? Moon goddess? I know your voice. It's Wonder Woman. So she says, the Amazons play goddess Diana at the festival of the returning sun, just as men play Santa Claus at Christmas. And she goes on to explain. The moon goddess's brother is Apollo, the sun god. He drives his flaming chariot through the sky. From June to December, he's traveling away from the earth, so it gets colder. But then, on the winter solstice, which they, well, incorrectly say is the 25th, unless I'm wrong, then he turns around. So that's the day they celebrate, on Diana's Day, your Christmas. The moon goddess holds high festival to celebrate the coming of her brother, the sun god. And Wonder Woman gives Steve Trevor a gift. I give you this mental radio with the blessing of Goddess Diana. Or as you would say, Merry Christmas. If I were Steve Trevor, because Diana's just like in the other room, like, oh wait, maybe she's not the secretary here. Yeah, they said she was a nurse. In the beginning, she was a nurse. Okay, that makes sense. When I read it the first time, I thought Steve should be like, hey Diana, Wonder Woman says there's a Diana Santa Claus. Come in here. So she gives him the mental radio. Says, I'm going home to Paradise Island for the holidays. Now, the Baroness doesn't give you too much trouble while I'm gone. At this time, she hides her invisible plane in a barn, so she needs to get a ride from Etta. She's bringing some presents. Look at that, Etta's got a car, like an old jalopy. Kind of like Archie's old jalopy. People, they would always put graffiti on the side there. This is a patriotic jalopy, runs on vinegar. There's the invisible plane now. Paradise has a slave, one of her slave girls, and she chooses her because she's like the strongest. Because you must follow Wonder Woman. She goes to Paradise Island. Remember all I've told you. And so this spy slave like just hops into the invisible plane. There's the chest with the gifts. She takes them out and hides in there. And then she's thinking, oh God, like it's an invisible plane. I hope Wonder Woman doesn't see these gifts all scattered about. But then Wonder Woman and Etta Candy, they hop in, they're so excited they don't even notice. And she's stowed away perfectly. They arrive at Paradise Island. Everybody's very happy to see the princess. And they welcome Etta Candy. And out comes the spy. Diana is reunited with her mother, the queen. She reminds her daughter that she must play the goddess, moon goddess Diana, on Diana Day Eve. And of course Wonder Woman knows, oh yes, mother, I filled the girls' arrow quivers with presents as Santa Claus fills children's stockings in the man's world. So, if you're unfamiliar with the Amazon traditions, she explains that Diana, the goddess of the moon, brings gifts to all on Diana's Day. Eve. Wood nymphs draw her silver chariot upon a path of moonbeams. And each year, an Amazon girl is always chosen to play goddess. This year it's Wonder Woman. So she must wear a silver mask and prevent no girl to remove it. If any girl removes it, they take her place as goddess. So almost immediately, a fellow Amazonian tries to take off Diana's mask. Off comes your mask, goddess. Not so fast, mortal. And she ties her up. To the custom. But then there's this, that's the spy, that's this girl. It's coming up behind with a knife, an upraised knife. Captured. Tied up girl sees it and warns Wonder Woman, look out, goddess, behind you. She catches the knife on her bracelet. The girl kicks the knife out of her hand, and Wonder Woman just like grabs her to, and whirls her around because she's not a true Amazon. I think like she did it too hard and throws her out the window. She looked like an Amazon. Perhaps after all, she was only playing a Diana's Day joke, she says. So, now that she tried and failed to take the mask, she must pay the penalty and remain bound until morning. And then she must become a little hunted deer. You're a game girl, Zoe. And that night, no one was able to unmask Diana. And in the morning, in their quivers, they all received gifts. And then they knew exactly who the goddess was that year because they were all gifts from man's world. Oh, a dress from the world of men. How cute. The princess brought this. She's playing goddess. And then these two girls have golf clubs, and they're like using them to fight each other. They're like, no, they use it to hit little balls. And this one's kind of unique. Another girl misunderstands the use of a tennis racket. Oh, girl, what a spanker. No, no, that's a tennis bat. Pooh, it doesn't hurt. It's a sissy spanker from the man's world. The goddess must be Wonder Woman. So they all know it's her, so she takes off the mask. So then, everybody who tried to unmask Wonder Woman has to put on these doe suits. These antlers and the ears of a deer. They say doe girls start running because they're going to hunt them down. And Etta Candy is a little bit confused. What's the idea of dressing those demons up like deer? It's punishment. Our goddess decrees for peeping mortals. She tells the story. So one day, Goddess Diana was strolling through the forest, and then a man was caught looking at her. Look, Goddess, a man is gazing on thy beauty. He must be punished. With a gesture of her hand, the goddess transformed this peeping Tom into a stag with a dress on. From that time on, the favorite amusement of Diana and her nymphs was to hunt deer. So that's how they celebrate Diana's Day. Etta Candy's a little bit worried she's not so good with the bow and arrow. So Wonder Woman says, "Here, have a lasso. You can lasso them." Because if you didn't know, Etta Candy, she comes from a bunch of rustlers. Not wrestlers, but like Western rustlers, I think from Texas. And she's a little concerned she won't be able to run fast enough so she can ride the giant Kanga. That's pretty hilarious. Look, they're all chasing. Yoo-hoo-hoo, hello. So Wonder Woman shoots one of the does. I think it's a suction cup. And sticks a rope tied on. And she's like, "Oh, you're not going to get me." She's like, "Oh man, if it was only not Wonder Woman, I would be able to free myself." And so Diana throws the doe girl over her shoulder, which is the tradition. You got to carry all your captured does. Poor Etta Candy. She's kind of having a hard time. They're kind of making fun of her. "Oh, you couldn't catch a turtle, huntress." So she sits down to have a break and to have some candies, some chocolate. But she's luring one of the does over. Maybe I could lure a doe with some candy. She catches them. Her. So then at the end, the queen counts how many does everyone got. And Wonder Woman wins. So they have to tie them up and skin them so that they can cook them. Ah, my fine doe, you'll soon be ready for cooking. So they take off the stuffy doe suits. And put them in a pie plate. I'm going to make a meat pie. You'll make a lovely chicken, darling. Wait until I give you a crispy skin. You make my mouth water. How about feeding me to myself? So they all are bound and stuffed onto the pie plate. And they say, "Don't move until the pie is cut, or you'll break this crust." And then they have a banquet. And Diana cuts the pie. "I am serving you, friends, a dancing chicken. If her act is not well done, I shall send her back for proper roasting." But the slice of chicken pie dances well. And I don't really get this part. Here's Edda's walking away. It kind of almost seems like a mistake. Like she showed up with her one catch. While the banquet proceeds, merrily let us follow the fortunes of Etta Candy. It's like she's still walking back. And then that's the bad guy. That's the spy. She's like, why don't we just take a break? She's like, yeah, okay. And she starts strangling her. Now she's the captured. She ties her to a tree. Oh yeah, she's trained by the Baroness. She's good. She comes up behind the queen and stealthily removes her magic girdle without her knowing. That's what keeps all the Amazons mortal. And she puts it around her waist. And now she will become very powerful. She returns and says to Wonder Woman, Etta needs your help. Wonder Woman recognizes her. That's the one who was trying to attack me last night. So she's chasing. The chase is on. Wonder Woman is shocked. She can't catch up to her. They arrive. There she is. There's your fat friend. Soon you shall be bound beside her. They start wrestling. We'll see about that. But it's a hard fight. And then she throws a rock at her head, knocks her out, and she's bound onto the tree. The spy then has this tracking beam, like a radio thing, and sends it out. So the Baroness and this Japanese warship now know where Paradise Island is, and they start heading towards it into this dangerous fog. Once they get through the fog, they see the island, and all the soldiers get on the boats, and they're heading towards the land. Only then Queen Hippolyta realizes her girdle's gone. This is pretty funny. She's like, the magic girdle, it's gone. Aphrodite, help us. Gone? How? When? I'll bet that fat girl stole it. Like, pretty judgy. That's Wonder Woman's friend. What's the spy? So off they go. They're tracking. And they find, oh, Wonder Woman was right this way. They show up. Wonder Woman, Etta are tied up. They're like, don't come any closer, I'm gonna jab her in the throat there. But while they're paying attention to Wonder Woman, this Amazon throws her spear and releases Etta Candy, who jumps and tackles her down. But then she pulls out a gun. But then Wonder Woman uproots the tree, turns around with the gunshots, are harmlessly embedded in the tree. The other girls get on the saboteur, tie her up. But then Wonder Woman can see, oh man, she's got shackle marks. This must be one of the slaves of the Baroness. And what's these queer bracelets she has? Oh no, there's a miniature radio transmitter sending a beam. The invaders are coming to Paradise Island. We gotta get going quick. So they rush to the coast, to the shore, and they see the Japanese boats coming. I like that Etta's just joining in. They jump into the water and swim out. They're shooting at them, and they deflect the bullets on their bracelets. They're stunned. It's magic. Cannot shoot girls, are not woman, are white devil god. And then the Amazons and Etta Candy go underneath the boats, and they're just pushing them back. they're swimming and pushing them to the warboat that's just through the mist. The commanding officer's like, "Get back down there, what are you doing?" They're like, "Cannot, honorable sir." There's like a devil ladies, and so like they pushed us back. They're gonna do it to the battleship, and then that's what they do, even in these shark-infested waters. They all push. They push the giant war vessel, the war battleship, outside of the proximity of the Paradise Island to the open ocean, just as Steve Trevor's flying by in search of the Baroness's ship. He sees the Japanese vessel, releases his full load of bombs. Everybody dies. It's kind of a happy ending here. Because when the Amazons return to Paradise Island, they catch Baroness von Gunther and a boatload of her slave girls sneaking ashore. And the Queen passes judgment. No woman, nobody will be killed under Aphrodite's law. Forbids it. But they're going to construct a prison on Reform Island. And then there, they will be until their minds are completely freed of evil. And it happens. They reform them. And Baroness von Gunther becomes a great ally to the Amazons. This is where it started. Then Wonder Woman and Etta return to America with the Baroness's confession, and they free Etta's friends, Eve and Dorothy. That's a happy ending. That's the first story in this Wonder Woman issue. There's two more. But that was Christmas. That's Diana's Day. So I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you can adopt some of these holiday traditions for yourself.